All right.
Did we flip?
There we go. We did flip. I don't
How
know
did
why.
that happen?
I don't know. But I think if we just chat with each other, we
Okay.
should be okay. All right.
Perfect.
So, Geetha, thank you so much for doing this interview.
Oh, I'm delighted.
Thank you. So would you start by sharing with everybody your name and your current position?
Certainly. My name is Geetha Ravindra. I am currently chair of the section of dispute resolution.
And tell us what you do during the day.
My day job.
Your day job. Not
Yes.
that being section in ABA is
It's
not take up as much time.
I tell you, it feels like a day job for sure, but I'm loving it. My real day job is I am currently the mediator for the International Monetary Fund, so I'm their in-house mediator.
Very so cool. So how did you first hear about ADR? What was your first interest in getting involved with mediation?
Yeah, it seems so long ago. I had no schooling on ADR in law school. It was not taught. I went to the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. But I did have an opportunity to do an internship during law school with a company called the Private Adjudication Center. They were affiliated with Duke University Law School. And that company custom designs dispute resolution systems for clients. And a big project that I was assigned to was managing the Dalcon Shield arbitration program.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know this. Okay.
Yeah. So I worked for them over a summer, and they offered me a job after law school, and I fell in love with the field, basically. I feel so blessed that I, in fact, didn't practice law. I came right into a position with a dispute resolution company after graduation.
That's amazing. And
Yeah.
so, okay, so you get the job offer.
Yep.
You're working in that field, and sort of what type of advice did you get as you were working to further your career in dispute resolution?
Well, interestingly, this was early 90s. I didn't find a great deal of support, regrettably. I'm of Indian origin, and even going to law school was a very difficult opportunity for me to step into, because not many Indian women go into the practice of law, much less this new thing called mediation or alternative dispute resolution. And I found that as I was seeking opportunities beyond this first position, I was often advised that I needed to get some traditional law practice under my belt.
Right.
In fact, someone I respect enormously said to me, "Geetha, you need to earn your stripes. You haven't earned your stripes, so it's very unlikely that people are going to select you as a mediator. And so, in a way, come back after 20 years." And I was not obviously daunted by that, because I loved this work so much. I said, this is, I can understand the merits of that, but I've learned so much already in this work with the Dalcon Shield arbitration program. I'm going to continue to take training. And I actually joined the dispute resolution section and ACR right out of law school.
Wow.
And I found the networking and the training was invaluable. And so I, again, fortunately have had an opportunity to have a position in this field for the last 20 years, many different hats, but without actually ever having practiced law a day in my life.
Right on. So knowing that it's possible that you did it, you said that it's sometimes, I think you said it was daunting, but that you did not shy away from pursuing this, obviously, because this is what you have done. You've been very successful. What advice would you give to others who are like, no, I also really want to do this?
Right. I would say more power to you. I know that I used to teach as an adjunct, actually, at William & Mary and the University of Richmond Law Schools. And I share with my students, I've shared repeatedly, that while clearly the practice of law, the traditional experience is important and can be incredibly helpful, especially for clients who are looking for more evaluative support in the mediation process, that subject matter knowledge and expertise and courtroom experience can be very helpful in certain case types. But having said that, if one truly feels that they love problem solving, helping people engage in collaborative problem solving, and don't have an interest in the traditional practice, that there are still today, actually more today than 20 years ago,
Right.
incredible numbers of opportunities to work in our field. And to limit oneself by simply saying, I just want to be a mediator, I would say is not doing justice to what is available in terms of opportunities.
Right.
So I would encourage young people who are coming into the field either out of law school or the graduate dispute resolution programs, because there are a myriad of them, to explore opportunities, possibly in court-connected programs where they are hiring full-time neutrals, community mediation centers certainly, but even in the federal government, we have so many agencies that are using neutrals.
Right.
And I can recognize that a great portion of the function might be administrative in nature, at least initially. But any experience is valuable experience. And I would also encourage colleagues to consider volunteering their services either in community mediation or court-connected programs, because you learn so much in every single case. And when you do a good job, people will remember you and then call you for a case in which you might actually get paid for a good salary. So I would encourage or suggest or advise, get good training, stay committed, network, join professional associations that are regional, local, but also national, like our section, the ABA Dispute Resolution section. I have had opportunities to work abroad because of people I met at the section conferences.
Wow.
I've worked in India helping create court-connected programs because I met the one other Indian person that I saw in New York over 10 years ago, and she looked at me and said, "Oh my God, are you Indian?" I said, "Yeah, I am. I know this sounds so funny." And she said, "Well, could you come to India and help us start a court-connected program?"
Yeah.
And I worked for the Supreme Court of Virginia at that time. That's another hat I've had. And I said, "I'd love to." So I wouldn't have had that opportunity had I not been involved and a little bit visible within the section.
Right.
So you can't really put a price tag on what some of these networking and out of classroom or even out of work experiences can support.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's amazing. So it's the connections that, not knowing who you're going to meet at a conference or through membership organizations, and also seeing the work that we do is broader than just mediating. Right.
Yeah.
So administrative work within dispute resolution systems design, which you like you started out with.
Absolutely. Conflict coaching is very big now.
Yes.
In addition, facilitation. Many people are scared of the word mediation. It somehow, even though it's an informal process, creates a sense of formality. So if you can develop your skill sets and describe them as either large group facilitation or multi-party facilitation, that can be very attractive to companies or firms. And so the thing is that what I found from my first job especially is listen to what the clients want and custom design something to meet their needs. Yeah. And our skill set is so rich and deep that we can adapt and design things that may be more meaningful and structured, for their purposes. And it's not doing a disservice to the traditional model of mediation in any way. It's just we're applying it in different ways. So keep an open mind. And many HR jobs actually are available that have a component of dispute resolution in them. In fact, in my job at the IMF now, I am their full-time mediator of employment disputes. So I am the option before people can go on to a formal grievance process or the tribunal. And so I'm not part of HR, I'm completely independent and neutral, but someone who looked at that opportunity might say, is that an HR job or an ADR job, right? So I'm just saying, keep an open mind as you're looking at opportunities to say, what might that empower or embody as a change?
And can I use my dispute resolution skills and
in that capacity?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. And I'm a mom. I share that because I want to say that a lot of students who have young families have said to me, I want to have a family, I want to have a life, and I want to also I love the mediation class. I don't want to necessarily practice law traditionally. can I do it? And I feel, I have found that you have more flexibility and control over your life
Right.
and your schedule and what you choose to do in this path than maybe a traditional practice of law as well. So that's a nice thing too.
That's right. Well, Geetha, thank you so much for sharing
Oh,
your story and your path.
My pleasure, Allison. Thank
And,
you.
this institute is just fantastic this week.
Thank
so thanks
you.
for taking time out to do this.
My pleasure.